aesthetic. For once, we've got a little bit of like Toy Story background. The weather's starting to get pretty nice. It's actually chilly. It's starting to get like fall vibes for sure. But in any case, we have our fun drink this morning. My wife and her mom are off to a fun appointment. They're getting some work done, but I don't want to butcher any of the names for the medications or whatever they get. So just know it's a fun appointment, but I figured, okay, let's get some coffee and us make everything very special. So still doing everything very plain. I got no fun treats, no sprinklies, no gum, no sugar, none of that. Just very plain everything for the sake of just like getting a stronger mindset. This is what this is all for. It's training. Regardless, though, I figured I got myself one too. My wife makes it into an Americano, so delicious drink. It's just plenty to be grateful for. I'm probably the most really feeling it day I've had so far. I'm like halfway done with the coffee, and it feels like I've had none of it. But it's a great place to be in. We'll see what it encourages. So, what's on the itinerary? What are we doing today? Well, we've done a morning order already. It was pretty bulky. That's good. But it's pretty dead right now. It's Tuesday, so that sounds about right. Midweek is always tough. But we got a couple things to do. I've had a bag of clothes I should have donated already to Goodwill, so we'll be heading there right now to do that. And then after that, I think we'll see what we get up to with some musical stuff. I don't know if I'm going to go back to yesterday's riff. I've been doing, I think, just guitar riffs really for the past few days. Personal goal, I think I'd like to actually get like at least a small song done today. Like something that's like not just a riff, I guess. We'll see what we can get done. So off to Goodwill we go. All right. Gotta get this right here. Big finale. A hot tip from someone who does Instacart. You see this rotisserie chicken. Try to make my best to not make this sound like too complainy. I mean, I could if I really wanted to, but I went out of principle, like this dog food bag that they made me fetch. People can add stuff to their order, so they made me fetch it once I was like basically done with everything. Anyways, don't order hot stuff on Instacart if you want my recommendation, because I mean, thankfully I have a temperature bag. Yeah, when you order hot stuff on Instacart, we don't get to pick all the details. So like for this order, don't want to get banned. But for the example, like I just shopped at Walmart, they ordered a hot chicken. I have to now go to Sam's Club, because that's what the order assigned is, to go to another store, shop another order, and then we're heading off like 8 miles down to the beach, which is not that long of a drive, I guess, if it was by itself. Maybe it's like 15 minutes by freeway. But it's like, think about the timeline there. Like, think again, I have a temperature bag, but it's like I had to go check out. It was the last thing I got in the order. Then you walk to the car. You have to pack everything into the car. That's when it finally gets put in the temperature bag. And then now I can like go to the next store, and it's just all bad. I think you're gonna get in real trouble for that one day. But because it likes to pair up orders and do double batches and triple batches and go to this store after you shop at this store, it's just not my personal recommendation to order food that's like temperature sensitive, at least hot stuff anyways. Promise, I'm not complaining. Again, I could have totally complained when that lady added like something that was halfway across the store after I was done shopping everything, like including the chicken. So I had to like go grab a different chicken too. But that's a blessing. That's cool. I'm here to serve. Just my personal recommendation. Keep emphasizing that. No hot stuff on Instacart, at least. So I picked a one-day where they're just doing a bunch of construction, I guess. But in the car again, nothing changes, changing lanes, they'll mess my head. But it's easier to be a passenger instead. Yeah, I'm driving down the wrong way. Does anyone know? Is it possible that all rights now point you wrong? But this is not the song with loud construction going on. Boing. Took advantage. We're out here in hopefully I'm not covering the microphone, see, but took advantage. We're out here in Seal Beach. It's very much like, I guess, not my crowd. It's like older, retired, upper class type of area, but I do have a soft spot for it because before I met my wife, I used to come to this general area often because I really liked going to tiki bars and tiki events and stuff like that with my friends, which the OG was Don the Beachcomber, which is now gone for a few years, unfortunately, because of the pandemic and other things. It's funny, it's like the most, I guess, like live, laugh, love type of hobby that I have is being into tiki stuff. It's a little bit, what's the word for it? Like appropriation. I think that's the word I was thinking of, not to sound like, you know, a dirty liberal, but it's like I'm not Hawaiian. So, but I liked it. It's just, I just liked the vibe of it, and it was a lot of fun. So it was a trip when I started dating my wife, obviously then girlfriend, and it was like, oh, like I know that area pretty well actually. It's like not where she lives, but it's close enough where it's like I would pass by where she lived pretty often. In any case, I took advantage. There's something about listening to the sound of waves that really quiets all the thoughts in my mind, and it's real nice. I think the only other experience I've gotten that type of feeling from, where it's very meditative, is like, I think, being high up in the mountains. That's also a nice place to be. So this one's obviously more accessible, so I tend to go there just to take advantage whenever I'm in the area. Like, let's go listen to some waves and do some thinking, you know. I felt some real refocusing just in general from like all the, you know, the sacrifices with the food stuff I've been making. I worked on some stuff earlier. It's a tough position. I think the thing I'm trying to kind of overcome right now is like I have some stuff I'm working on. There's a song that I'm working on right now that's pretty like it's like pretty detailed. Like it's, the lyrics are pretty much done. Like it's a nice song, really, like songwriting wise. But I think I always struggle with like what I envision in my head never matches it. Like, I mean, that's just creativity. Like what you envision in your head is never going to be the actual result of what comes out. But there's always like the whole starting part of it where I struggle with, like, and so I tend to have the most success with stuff that I work on and finish in the same day, because it keeps that same energy, that same flow state. So it's like I'm kind of having like the more detailed finished one, but trying it for like a good 2 weeks now to see like if I can spark it off, but no luck. On the other hand, it's also nice to be working on like just smaller, like more flowing stuff, smaller songs, just instrumental stuff, because it's good to be in that headspace. You know, that's also really important. If I were to wait around and just try to work on the detailed song, like with no success over and over again, I'm not really finishing things and I'm not really creating things. So that, you know, that makes me rusty on that end. So even if I were to try to get a finished product, you know, it's my actual recording and playing whatever skills are a little bit rusty. So we'll see what the rest of the day brings us. We're gonna get the hay out of here. So far at a pretty good spot orders wise for the day. So that does open up a lot of time, thankfully. Like there's no more, I can be a lot pickier, which is kind of cool about this gig now. But I think I take advantage, and we may go have some lunch. We'll see. But we for sure got to get out of here because it's pretty unlikely I'm going to get any more orders by the beach at this time. It's a little too mid-afternoon-ish. This is too amusing not to show off. Check this out. They've introduced this little flash button. So you tap it, and then, whoa. It's a little obnoxious. There's other stores that do this too, but this is going to really help things out. so far pretty solid day actually. We've done about 160 again, so this is probably our strongest week in a hot minute, which is good. I think it's a sign that we're making progress and we're getting, I know it's monetary stuff or whatever, but it's still like a sign of like you're heading in the right direction. Just keep working, keep going. Again, not at your job, but just on yourself and working on yourself. Side note, if you order stuff on the internet to be delivered, please don't, you're not required to thank the delivery driver through the door and with a disembodied voice just spooks the heck out of them. It's like everyone just has this insistence to just say thank you through the door, and it's like, Jesus, like it gives me like the heebie-jeebies. You don't have to do that. Just if it's no contact, no big deal. Just I'll peacefully do my drop and move on. In any case, though, kind of think of it. I had this thought that I wanted to jot down as I'm kind of figuring out how to slot these days. I think that's the handiest thing about filming so far, is it really lets me think about how I want to schedule my days. It's just an appreciation, I think, for storytelling. I think that's ultimately what I like doing, is storytelling. I mean, God gave me the gifts where music comes very easily to me, so that's typically where I like to storytell. But even in like how I film and stuff, I think I'm starting to kind of regain a sense of how I like to film things and what I appreciate about telling stories. And I think ultimately, maybe that's really what all of us are trying to do in some sense. Maybe tell our story, tell other people's stories, share our wisdoms, share other people's wisdoms, but it ultimately hinges on that. And I think it's going to cause a pretty nice, I guess, how I shoot these videos or whatever. Like, so again, hopefully this will lead to like an improvement in quality, not because like of like some kind of fancy special effects or an editing team that I hired, but I think just like the actual narrative or the actual story I'm trying to piece here with these, like I think it'll get stronger as time goes on. Anyways, back to the store. We'll see if we can get some quick music stuff filmed in. I mean, I did work on some stuff, but I'd like to at least, I think, I would feel fulfilled if I at least made like a mini jam today. So let's see if we can get like at least something small done.